Hello, welcome to another fresh edition of Poly Playbook.
We're serving up all the hot action, cool plays, and everything in between for Cal Poly Athletics.
I'm Connor McCarthy.
I'm Nate Edelman.
I'm Brian Strong.
Poly Playbook starts now.
Who do you think will win the Super Bowl this year?
I think the Patriots are going to win.
Hi, I'm Joe Schatz, and I'm here at Spanos Stadium.
I'm Megan Healy here at Staples Center.
Myself will be taking on Sierra Highland, best pitcher in Big West softball history. Let's see how this goes.
Tune in every week to Poly Playbook, right here on Mustang News.
Hello and welcome to another fresh edition of Poly Playbook. We're serving up all the hot action, cool plays, and everything in between for Cal Poly Athletics. I'm Kallyn Hobmann. Poly Playbook starts now. The Cal Poly football team hosted second place Idaho State on Saturday. Lauren Kozicki has the highlights.
The Cal Poly football team tried to rebound after a tough loss against Montana State by hosting Idaho State on Saturday. In the second quarter, with Cal Poly trailing 7-6, Joe Prothro leaped into the end zone to put the Mustangs up 13-6 at halftime. Moving into the third quarter, quarterback Khalil Jenkins finds J.J. Koski wide open receiver to give the Mustangs a 20-7 lead. Later in the fourth quarter, with the Mustangs leading 20-14, linebacker Anders Turner picked up the fumble and ran 40 yards into the end zone for another Mustangs touchdown. With this carry in the fourth quarter, Joe Prothro entered the Cal Poly record books by rushing for the most yards in a single season. Joe Pro finished the game with a career-high 260 yards rushing and a touchdown. J.J. Koski sealed the game for the Mustangs after running 28 yards for the final touchdown of the game. Cal Poly defeated Idaho State 37-14. Next, Cal Poly will host Southern Utah on senior night in their final game of the season.
Senior fullback Joe Prothro is having a historic season for Cal Poly. Reporter Sawyer Milam has more.
Senior fullback Joe Prothro has come back from a season-ending injury and is having a historic season for Cal Poly.
Not just my senior season, but all my time here is just to fight through adversity. You know, we're going to get knocked down. We just got to bounce back. One of my biggest motivators, you know, in life are obviously my family, my kids, you know, just trying to play hard for them. And then another big motivator is just seeing how the team went out last year, you know, and try to play harder and just pick up from where we left off.
Prothro has rushed for 1,367 yards this season, which not only leads the Big Sky Conference, but the entire FCS and FBS.
The first couple games, I mean, North Dakota State, you know, I was just happy to be able to play the game again. My knee, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little, you know, shy on my knee. I was worried about what was gonna happen. They were telling me I should have worn a knee brace, but I wasn't trying to wear a knee brace. And then, you know, after I got hit a couple times on it, I was confident. It means a lot to you, man. Like, I didn't know if I was going to be able to be, you know, the same football player coming back, but I just trained as hard as I could in the off season and rehabbed as hard as I could, and I think I came back and I'm a better player than I would have been, you know, the year before.
He needs only 6 yards to become number 2 in all-time Cal Poly career rushing yards.
And it's pretty cool, man. You know, think about it. I could look back 20 years from now, show my kids, you know. I'm really more humble, you know. I'm grateful, you know, to all the alignment I've been blessed with, the opportunities I've been blessed with, and I feel like I just, you know, took them and ran with them.
And for Tim Walsh, it's been an honor to have coached Prothro.
It's pretty obvious when we recruited him, he had 3,000 yards his senior year in high school, that he was a special football player. You got to look at the heart and the passion for the game. There is no doubt that nobody loves the game more than Joe Prothro. As far as records or no records, he's one of the best players that I've had the opportunity to be around, and been fun to be around him for the last 5 years.
With 2 games left for Prothro, he needs 210 yards to have the best season in program history and 378 yards to finish number 1 all time.
Played hard. I could have done some better things, but, you know, I'm going to try to just play hard as I can these last 2 games.
Sawyer Milam, Mustang News.
In the game against Idaho State, Prothro rushed for a career-high 260 yards to set the single-season rushing record. At 4,088 yards, Prothro needs 118 yards to set the all-time career rushing record. After sweeping 2 games over the weekend, the Cal Poly volleyball team is just 1 game away from clinching a share of the Big West Conference. The team started their road trip with a sweep against UC Davis on Thursday night and followed it up with a sweep of UC Irvine on Saturday. Whenever UC Davis managed to get the score close, Cal Poly went on a run to put the set out of reach. UC Irvine managed to keep their game against Cal Poly much closer. In the first 2 sets, the Mustangs managed to find a way to edge their way past the Anteaters 25-23. But after escaping the second set with a narrow win, the Mustangs took control of the third set and left with a win. Men's basketball kicked off their season with a home game against Menlo College last Wednesday in Mott Gym. The Mustangs then traveled to take on defending Pac-12 champion Arizona in Tucson. Cal Poly's offensive attack proved to be the key to victory against Menlo, led by senior guard Donovan Fields, who scored a career-high 30 points. The Mustangs would go on to defeat Menlo 82-75. The team looked to keep the momentum rolling into Tucson to take on Arizona. The Mustangs came out looking solid, only trailing 31-36 at the half. However, the Wildcats stepped on the gas and went on a 20-0 run. The Mustangs weren't able to recover and went on to lose 82-61. The team returns to action this Friday against Sacramento State in Sacramento. Cal Poly women's basketball team started their 4-game stretch away from home last weekend. The team tipped off against Oregon State, the country's number 8 ranked team in the preseason AP Top 25 poll, Friday night in Corvallis, Oregon. Senior center Devin Stanback scored a career-high 26 points for the Mustangs, but they were unable to pull off the win. Oregon State pulled away in the fourth quarter, establishing a 78-51 lead. The Mustangs fell to Oregon State Beavers 79-54. Cal Poly then traveled to Sacramento State on Sunday to face the Hornets. Stanback beat her career high again, scoring 30 points for the Mustangs with 11 rebounds and 2 blocks. Freshman Maddie Willett scored 19 points, and senior forward Katie Nunnally added 14 points for Cal Poly. After a close matchup, the Mustangs lost 88-85. Cal Poly's 4-game road trip will continue at Fresno State at 7 p.m. Wednesday before traveling to San Francisco on Sunday, November 18th. 3 games into the season, head coach Faith Mimnott is impressed with the confidence of the new players.
I think the one area that has always surprised me with this team in particular is that our freshmen are pretty fearless when it comes to shooting the ball. Having that killer mentality and confidence will really be a big step forward for us where, you know, if they had a different approach, it might be a couple years before they kind of really got into the scheme of things. But we can't wait. We need them right now. If we can just stay focused and keep working on improving every single aspect of our game, then, you know, I think it's going to develop a great opportunity for us to be competitive in our league play.
Cross country competed at the NCAA West Regionals in Sacramento this past Friday against 5 other conferences. The women's team secured 8th place in the 6K, which was led by junior Miranda Dashian, who placed 18th with a time of 20 minutes and 10 seconds. Junior Evan Jameson led the men's squad by placing 33rd in the 10K, while leading the men's team to 10th place overall. Cal Poly juniors Miranda Dashian and Katie Izzo both finished in the top 25 for the women's 6K with times of 20 minutes and 10 seconds and 20 minutes and 14 seconds. Dashian and Izzo will advance to the NCAA Cross Country National Championship to compete against 38 other qualifying individuals. The national championship meet will be held in Wisconsin on November 17th. This weekend, the women's basketball team will travel to Fresno State to take on the Bulldogs on Friday at 7 p.m. The football team will wrap up their season this Saturday with a game against Southern Utah in Spanos Stadium at 4 p.m. And the volleyball team will look to clinch another Big West Conference title with 2 home games at Mott Athletic Center. The team will play UC Riverside Friday night at 7 p.m. and will host Cal State Fullerton for senior night on Saturday at 7 p.m. as well. Well, that's all we have for Poly Playbook Sports Action this show. You can follow us on Instagram and Snapchat, or you can log on to mustangnews.net for continuous Cal Poly sports coverage. I'm Kallyn Hobmann. Have a great rest of your week.